LaMuse. It's really a magical place.
Deep within the mountains of southern France, just north of Carcassonne, lies the rural community of La Bastide-Esparbaranc. At the heart of this small village rests an old chateau that goes by the name of LaMuse. LaMuse is an artists and writers retreat where people from all over the world come to experience the beautiful tranquility that this place has to offer. I recently got to stay at LaMuse as part of my Comms 168 study abroad program. There's me, and it was nothing short of a transformative experience. Over the course of this class, we all got to experience our own archetypal hero's journey. We passed through the first threshold at the airport, were in the belly of the beast, and arrived in a strange new land, France, where we met our mystical guide, our professor, Dr. J. For me, it was amazing to be somewhere so peaceful and quiet, where I got to reflect on my experiences and sit with my thoughts. Then meeting so many different kinds of people really opened my eyes to the world. My classmate, Julia Cuyos, also felt physically changed by her time at LaMuse.
I'd say during my stay in LaMuse, it's a very different pace in life. Like, it's very slow, and I think it kind of relaxed my mind in like the best way. It's a really nice retreat place, so just having that peacefulness kind of just like silenced my mind and like in a really good way.
Every hero brings back a boon, something they take back to their community to share for the betterment of everyone. My boon was both physical and metaphorical. Besides the gift that I brought for my friends and family, I also brought knowledge and experience. I now have the experience of traveling across the world, something that was very daunting to me not long ago. I also have the knowledge of other cultures and how they live their lives. Now I can share those insights with my community. Another classmate of mine, Alex Reyes, also brought back a boon for his community.
Yes. Just like traveling in a foreign country, this is my first time ever out of the country. So being able to experience this just in general was more than a blessing. And I'm able to take so much information with me, just like whether I'm going to be traveling in a foreign country in Europe again or XYZ. It was absolutely such an amazing learning experience to be able to get everything just like under my belt and take with me, especially back to my family and friends, because I'm hoping I'll be able to bring friends out here next time I visit.
What allowed all of us to experience this journey was the fact that we were open to change in our lives. It was scary and nerve-wracking to fly 6,000 miles away from home to a country where we don't even speak the language. But what is scarier and even more dangerous is stagnation. We all took a leap of faith and opened ourselves up to change, and we were better for it. Logan Fox, another student in my class, agrees that change is important to living a full life.
You really don't know what's out there until you see it. I tried to shelter myself, just hang out with my small group of friends that I already had, hang out with my family, the people I've known my whole life. But change is the future. That's what we've really learned about this class, is that stagnation is kind of what creates evil. And evil doesn't have to be bombs and villages blowing up. It can just be, not moving forward can be your own personal evil. And so that stagnation and just avoiding that, just keeping an open mind to whatever life may throw at you, because I really didn't want to come here. It was my mom who was like, "Oh, so you want to go?" when I was talking about it, and I didn't think I wanted to go, but then I guess subconsciously I wanted to go the way I was talking about the trip, and kind of just taking that leap of, this is my first time out of the country, first time doing any sort of school thing where I'm living with people I don't know. So yeah, just, if you don't have an open mind, you can't change, and if you can't change, you'll be the same person you were at 14, and I don't think any of us like who we were at 14, so.
I also got to sit down with Alan Brichot, the owner of LaMuse, and he told me about his first experience here and what drew him to this place.
Well, I must say that it was a very special experience. I drove here from Belgium, where I was living at the time, and I discovered this amazing place. And one afternoon when I arrived here, no one was here. And there were some indications letting me know that, I where my room was, and that I could go there, and that the others would arrive a little bit later. And so it was September, a wonderful day. And I just took a nap. And when I was woken up by the sounds of people on the terrace, and I looked out and I saw these two amazing women, and and I said, I've just arrived in heaven. So, no, joke apart, I have had a wonderful time during my first visit here. I stayed 3 weeks, and we, with the others, we had such an amazing interaction, and also with the owners at the time. And we had really, it was something that I've never lived before. So, yes, and so this place suddenly became very familiar. And when I left, I said, well, I'm coming back and soon. And that's what I did.
Why is it so important to be open to change?
I think change is the essence of life. We change from the time we are born to the time we die. We are in constant change, and nature is changing. We are getting older. We are becoming the sum of all our experiences and of all our encounters. And I think that encounters in life is essential, and whenever you have an important encounter, I think you can somehow feel it and react to it, and that's how I functioned, and I became more open because I realized that, and I think you prepare yourself to important encounters somehow. Even if sometimes it's totally by accident, but when you are open, when you have an open mind and you are not, like that, very rigid, then anything can happen. And what I'm saying is that not that you're suddenly going to be successful or but your life might improve, and yeah. That's what changing is very important. Of course, you must be open to change. That's what I would say.